on ABC 15 tonight. Ghost guns, impossible to track.
Until they show up at crime scenes, and that is leading to new safety concerns tonight. ABC 15's Navita Fergani is live.
And Navita, there's a warning out there right now for police.
Yeah, there's a new intel report that was just sent out to law enforcement agencies across the nation, warning them of these untraceable guns. The parts are legal to buy right here in the U.S., but the concern are some of the people buying those parts are tied to criminal organizations, and there are worries about terrorism.
If you don't have a serial number, nobody knows where the gun came from.
Which is a big problem for police trying to clean up the streets. A newly released report saying more criminals are buying 80% receivers, essentially an unfinished part used for semi-automatic rifles like AR-15s. A chunk of metal actually needs to be removed for the magazine and the trigger mechanism to be complete. Bottom line?
Well, the fact that there is no pocket cut into this area right here makes it an 80%er.
And there's no serial number because the ATF doesn't consider the unfinished part a firearm, and anyone can buy it without a background check. President of American Spirit Arms, Rob Dunaway, says most of his customers who buy the incomplete receiver are people who like to personalize their semi-automatic rifle.
Some people buy them just to store them for potential future use.
Those folks are worried about the changes to gun laws, but the report says criminal organizations across the globe are also getting interested.
Last year we got a call from San Felipe, just over the border from Yuma, from someone that wanted to buy 5 80% lowers. That seemed very strange to us. We refused that order and we reported it to the ATF.
But it's not just the cartel groups that we have to worry about. Law enforcement experts say organized militias are also a concern.
They are very Second Amendment oriented. They are very anti-government oriented.
How about lone wolves with ties to international terror groups who could assemble these guns, plot an attack, and no one would know?
Now, we also need to point out that semi-automatic rifles are used in less than 1% of crimes in the United States. Most criminals are using handguns.
So, Navita, how long does it take to make these? Is it very complicated?
It takes a long time, several hours if you're really good at it, but you have to be accurate in order for the gun to work. I'm told that most criminals are actually stealing the weapons they're using in crimes, and you can always buy a gun through private sales where there will be no background check done. And you can also sand down the serial number, but again, forensically, they are able to lift that number up and figure out what it is. So that's what they're doing right now. So there are definitely easier ways to get a gun if you don't want to be traced back to it.
Yeah, obviously still enough of a concern to warrant that warning for law enforcement. Thanks, Navita.